Revo experience. The Revo experience was, for me, started in '99, and one of the first guys. The first time I got to play actually wasn't even really a tryout. It was, they just named three guys from your team that wanted to go play. Really, three U.S. guys that want to go play. So it was me, Jim Baldwin, and I don't know. Well, Rich Mann was there, but I think he was playing for Cincy at the time. So, yeah, just show up is really what it was. And in the first couple years almost. 2000 was really the first year that we had any real tryouts and that we really did anything about it. And thankfully, I was able to keep going through it. But as far as the overall experience, it's definitely something that was high up there in my accomplishments in life. Family, kids, obviously number one, but the opportunity to go out there and wear the red, white, and blue and make something. I think the guys who were first there, I think we all recognized that we were doing something for ourselves for sure, but I know for me anyway, it was like I knew that I was kind of blazing a trail. I was able to get out there and get something started. And whether it was with the Bulldogs or the Revolution, the idea was that I knew that whatever I did, whatever I was able to accomplish with the Revolution, the real fun wasn't necessarily what I got away with doing because, I think I was a decent player, but the real fun is watching how it grows and what grows into and watching the new guys come in and watch, the new players, the guys who were, for lack of a better term, growing up with it here in the States. 99, it's hard to believe that that was, 14 years ago when I first started playing. Nolan Ellis on our team was probably 2 or 3 at the time, and he's grown up. He's playing in the World 18s now. So there's guys out there that, I can't necessarily name them all, but those guys have kind of grown up here, played other sports, but young guys who got into the game at a young enough level that have really been able to take to it and really grow and excel. Starting it at 27 wasn't necessarily the easiest and best way to start, and I think guys like Tom Ellis were probably 52 when he started, something like that. Tommy will hate me for that one. But, the idea that it was always about going somewhere and doing something and for your country was great. But it's hard, honestly, to have looked at it back then and thought that it was going to be much. But, if you could look forward and see what was going on and see where it was going and see what the league was doing and where it was growing, you knew that there was something out there that was really, if we worked hard at it, we could really polish this up and make this into something. And it's still evolving, it's still growing, but the overall experience, the friends, the people I've been friends with, to make friends around the country. You can travel the world now and find different places to stay based on who you played against or played with over the years. So really, the experience is something pretty unique, pretty special. I really enjoyed it.
My advice for current Revolution players is to get to every Revo event that you possibly can get to. And not only that, but go out and encourage your teammates at home to get involved, to try out for the Revos. The more that you can do to support the Revos, not only the better for our Revolution team, our U.S. team, but it's also better for footy in the U.S. in general. The bigger and better that we can make this team, the more publicity that footy will get in the U.S., the bigger we can grow the sport here, and really the better it is for everyone involved, current players, former players, and anyone involved in the Aussie Rules community in the U.S. So get out there, go to those events.
Advice for the current players. I think it's already starting to happen. The old guard and the new guard. We, the guys are taking better care of themselves, are better athletes, are better physically than probably what some of the forerunners were. But take it as it's meant. Take it as it's meant to be. It's a sport, and excel at the sport, and play your heart out, and train, all year round. But recognize when you go down there, you've only got a 2-week opportunity. That's it. You're training for 3 years for a 1 2-week opportunity. And yeah, it's true. Sometimes you're paying your own way to get down there or whatever, but there's 30 guys all paying their own way to get down there, and all of them trying to get to one opportunity, and that's to play on the ground at the MCG and win that cup. And what you've got to do is you got to focus on that. Focus on that opportunity. I mean, even just with what we do, the opportunities we have in the football world are unique. And sometimes on the U.S. side, we don't get to appreciate just how unique of an opportunity it is. I guess the only way I could say it is, imagine if you were an Australian and you got to come over to the States and you got to meet some of the great coaches, the Harbaughs, if you got to meet, some of the old coaches like Tom Landry and that kind of thing, and you got to meet, all-star players, and you got to meet, the John Elways and guys who've been and played the NFL. And these were, Australian guys who didn't play the game necessarily as well as a lot of Americans could play. But they got the opportunity to come over and meet ex-NFL players and ex-NFL coaches and current NFL players and current NFL coaches, and got to go onto the grounds and got to see all of that. Well, what we're doing right now is we're flipping around. You're getting to go to Australia. You're getting to go onto what's really hallowed ground in the MCG. You're getting to meet people and players that, as you learn to love the sport even more and more, recognize just how important these players are and the opportunities. I mean, I've got pictures with Kevin Cheedy, Alan Jeans, Bobby Stilton. I mean, just guys that you're not, you think, oh, these are just regular guys. Ron Barassi. But the reality is in our sport and what we're playing, these guys are legends, absolute legends. And the opportunity to sit down and talk with them, to get them to share some time with you, we have to recognize that as outsiders a little bit looking in on the game, it's an opportunity that you really will never get again. And enjoy it, but give it everything you've got. You don't know if you're going to make the squad again. You don't even know if you're going to make the squad next year. An injury could happen. A wife, kids, something could happen that comes up and you're not able to commit to going out and playing. So whatever opportunity you've got to get out there and play and to practice and to hold the footy and to cook a footy and to go for a train run with the boys, take advantage of it, because it's about the camaraderie, it's about getting it together, and it's about that 2 weeks. In Australia, for me, it was always basically in Melbourne, but now it's more and more you get to travel and see other places. Don't forget that that's a unique experience that you get that not many other people in the world are going to get a chance to do, whether it's wearing your colors for your country or whether it's playing, on these grounds that even other Australians would kill to play on, to be around and meet and have the experiences we get. Don't ever take it for granted, but enjoy it. Enjoy it immensely. And take every opportunity you can to really soak up the ambience and soak up the environment, ask questions, and look around and see what's going on, because it's pretty special.